wake up. Your phone knows where you slept. Your car recorded how you drove. Your browser tracked every search. Your apps logged what you bought, what you watched, what you're anxious about. This data exists. It's not theoretical. It's being collected right now from you, at scale, by systems you can't see and can't opt out of. You think incognito mode protects you? It doesn't. Google still collects your data in incognito. They record your behavior, your metadata, your patterns. The mode just hides it from other people on your device. It doesn't hide it from Google. It doesn't hide it from the government. It's theater. A button that makes you feel private while the collection continues. The government used to collect this directly. Congress banned it after Snowden. So they found a workaround. They buy it. Same data, different pathway. Legal. This isn't conspiracy either. This is how power works when it decides transparency is optional and accountability is expensive. What you're about to hear isn't alarmism. It's documentation. It's what's happening in real time in 2026 in the country that claims to protect freedom. The question after you hear this isn't whether it's true. The question is what you do about it. Let's go through the list I put together. 1. Google's behavioral metadata profiling infrastructure. Google collects behavioral data from 92% of internet users through analytics, search, YouTube, Chrome, Android, Maps, and advertising networks, with metadata collection that records search history patterns, deletion behavior, and location data that reveals psychological vulnerability patterns. Research at Stanford, 2023, found that search patterns alone predict anxiety disorders with 71% accuracy. 2. Pentagon desire for mass domestic AI surveillance. The Pentagon wanted to use Anthropic's Claude AI to analyze bulk commercial data on Americans, with Anthropic demanding that its AI not be used for mass domestic surveillance or autonomous weapons. The Pentagon designated Anthropic a supply chain risk after negotiations broke down, while OpenAI sealed a deal allowing Pentagon use for all lawful purposes. 3. FBI confirmed purchase of location data without warrants. FBI Director Kash Patel confirmed to Congress on March 18, 2026, that the Bureau purchases commercially available information for law enforcement operations, circumventing warrant requirements. The FBI uses location data sourced from data brokers to surveil Americans without judicial oversight. 4. Government mass data broker purchasing loophole. Federal agencies including FBI, Department of Defense, and Immigration and Customs Enforcement buy bulk cell phone location data from data brokers in ways that reveal intimate details about Americans without a warrant. This practice is a literal end run around the Fourth Amendment, enabling mass purchase of data that Congress has already banned agencies from collecting directly. 5. Geofence warrants and mass population tracking. Police obtain geofence warrants directing Google to identify all devices within geographic perimeters during specific times, searching through historical movements of innocent people to identify unknown suspects, essentially opening every citizen's virtual safety deposit box collectively. 6. FISA Section 702, warrantless backdoor search abuse. Section 702 of FISA permits NSA acquisition of communications of almost any foreigner abroad, but inevitably sweeps in large amounts of Americans' phone calls, texts, and emails, with the government engaging in widespread violations of limitations on access. Between late 2014 and early 2025, Google, Apple, and Meta disclosed data on 3.5 million user accounts to U.S. authorities, a 770% increase, and 6.7 million when including FISA requests. 7. DHS/ICE, biometric surveillance of protesters and immigrants. ICE is ramping up surveillance of immigrants targeted for deportation, people who record federal agents and protesters, using facial recognition, license plate data, and administrative subpoenas to tech companies. DHS has allocated roughly $86 billion in 2026 funding and has served hundreds of subpoenas to social media companies including Google, Meta, Reddit, and Discord. 8. AI-driven sentiment and emotion detection on social media. DHS has spent millions on AI-driven software to detect sentiment and emotion in users' online posts, with social media companies including Google, Reddit, Discord, Facebook, and Meta sending identifying data such as name, email, phone number, and activity to DHS in response to hundreds of DHS subpoenas. 9. Google's NSA PRISM cooperation with Direct Access leaked NSA documents from June 2013 included Google in the PRISM surveillance program, which authorizes the government to secretly access data of non-U.S. citizens hosted by American companies without a warrant, with the NSA having direct access to servers and data collection growing rapidly prior to the leak. 10. Corporate surveillance ecosystem feeding government pipeline. Every connected device, Ring cameras, smart cars with sensors recording speed/location/conversations/biometrics, phones continuously recording location via GPS/cell towers/Wi-Fi/Bluetooth, store surveillance cameras with facial recognition, payment tracking via Apple/Google Pay, feeds data rapidly into commercial availability, bought and sold by data brokers, then purchased by government agencies. This isn't about privacy as comfort. This isn't about hiding your private searches. This is about power. This is about a system that can track you, profile you, predict your behavior, and use that to control you. Without your knowledge, without your consent, without a warrant. The law hasn't caught up. Congress keeps debating while agencies keep deploying. The companies keep complying. The loopholes keep expanding, and so is their monopoly. But here's the thing. You have a choice. Not at the individual level. You can't opt out of Google. You can't avoid data brokers. But collectively, at the infrastructure level, there's an alternative. Privacy-first systems, decentralized architecture, tools built to prevent surveillance by design, not by settings. The companies building the old system won't change it. Profit and control are the same thing to them. The government won't police itself. The oversight is captured. Change comes from the outside, from people who refuse to support and build tools that enable this, from builders who prioritize human dignity over extraction, from systems designed so that surveillance is architecturally impossible, not just regulated. This isn't about privacy settings. This is about power. It's about whether a government can see everything, know everything, predict everything, or whether we build a world where that's technically impossible. The choice is real. The time is now. The alternative is being built. The question is whether enough people care enough to support it, use it, demand it. You now know what's happening. What happens next is on you. Do we choose to live under control in a dystopian world? Or do we engineer the utopian world where freedom, rights, and privacy matters? Siberian Dynamics is choosing utopia and will be building apps and technology based on transparency, privacy, human rights, freedom, and safety. And anyone who wants to climb on board the utopian Voyager is welcome to join. For the future, not the fortune. Thank you. Love, John.